Well, then I'll just start it off on my own then.
Okay, thank
Here
you.
we go. I'm going to call the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee meeting to order for the December 10th meeting. We're meeting at 3 o'clock today. Donna, can you please give us a determination of quorum?
Yes, Larry Chesney,
Present.
James English.
Wes Rubio for Jim English.
Thank you, Wes. Tim Simpson,
Here.
Wayne Handrock, absent. Absent. Dale Wade. Eric,
Here.
are you here?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Jen, normally we move on to what I'm sure if you've been doing the same thing in all the meetings, right? So now we'll turn it over to you for the ethics law announcement.
Certainly. Jen Gustafson for the record. The ethics law announcement. The members of the board are reminded that if with respect to any matter or any person coming before the board today, number one, you have received a gift or loan. Number two, you have a pecuniary interest. Number three, you have a commitment in a private capacity, such as a family, employment, business, or similar relationship. Or number four, you provided representation or counseling before an agency to a person or entity for compensation within the last year on a matter being considered. You must disclose that gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation at the time the matter is being considered. And you must furthermore abstain from deliberation or voting on the matter if it is clear that the gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation would materially affect the independence of judgment of a reasonable person. Board members are also reminded that under the rules, if you have had any contact outside this meeting with any persons interested in a matter coming before the board today, you should disclose the nature of that contact at this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. We'll move on to number 3, the appeal procedure. Most decisions rendered by the Parcel Map Review Committee are appealable to the Board of County Commissioners. If you disagree with the decision of the Parcel Map Review Committee and you want to appeal its action, you may do so in writing within 10 calendar days from the date that the decision being appealed is reduced to writing, filed with the Secretary of the Parcel Map Review Committee, and mailed to the original applicant in the proceeding being appealed in accordance with Washoe County Code. Please call the planning staff immediately at 328-3600 for information on the appeal procedure and the application fee. We'll move on to number 4, general public comment and discussion thereof. Donna, do we have any?
We have no public comment.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to approval of the agenda. I have no issues with the agenda. Does anybody? Do I have a motion to approve?
Wes Rubio, motion to approve.
Tim Simpson, second.
Thank you. A motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Who seconded that?
I believe
Excuse me, Donna?
Mr. Rubio was the second, correct?
He was the motion maker.
No, he made the motion. The second, I thought the second was Mr. Chesney. No?
Actually, I think it was Tim Simpson.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it was Simpson also.
Thank you. All right.
Let's, as we make motions, as we second motions, let's please state our names. That will be very helpful to Donna and everybody else. Thank you. So let's move on to the possible action to approve the November minutes of November 12th. I have no issue with those minutes. Does anybody need to discuss them?
Commissioner Chesney moved to approve the minutes.
Wes Rubio, move to second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, everybody. So we're going to move on to the project review items, 7A. I believe it's the only one we have on the agenda today. Tentative parcel map case number WTPM 20-0012. We have Dan with us today to tell us about this one. Mr. Klon, can you tell us about this application?
Dan Klon for the record, Washoe County Planning. This is a request to divide a parcel of approximately 1.39 acres into 4 parcels of 18,107 square feet, 12,012 square feet, 12,043 square feet, 18,400 square feet, respectively. This is not a second or subsequent parcel map, and it meets the requirements for maximum lot potential, which is 4 lots, as well as minimum lot size of 12,000 square feet and a minimum lot width of 80 feet. It's pretty straightforward. Available for any questions that the board may have.
Thank you. We'll bring it back up here to the committee and to Donna first. Donna, let's ask if we have any public input on this.
No, I don't see an applicant, and I don't see any attendees or public. So, no.
Okay, we'll ask again in case let me know if somebody chimes or signs in.
Okay.
Does anybody on the board have anything to say about this application? It is pretty straightforward from my reading of it.
This is Wes Rubio. I'm good with it. Out of health, we're fine.
Wes, you were the one that I wanted to hear from, so thanks for chiming in.
You're welcome.
Tim, I'm guessing you don't have much to say on this one?
I don't have any concerns.
Thank you. Okay. And Mr. Chesney?
I'm good with it.
Okay, so the recommendation for approval with the what amounts to the standard conditions and comments is what everybody seems to be okay with. Is that correct? I don't see a single condition on here that is different from anything I'd normally see. I don't see anything that we need to discuss. Dan, what's up?
There are 2 conditions that are different than the standard boilerplate, but they're...
Talk to us about those, please.
So one is specifically addressing the readability of the map, as this one has a lot of extra lines that are not required. So we're requesting that those be removed
Right.
on the final map. And then the other one is providing a note stating that owners of private road or driveways are required to adequately sign them for emergency access in accordance with Sun Valley Policy 2.9. They're pretty boilerplate, but different than the normal boilerplate.
Right. I think I've seen that one in Sun Valley before. Have I seen that one in another tentative map? I think I've seen that before, but yes, okay. Thank you for going over those 2 that we don't normally see. Do those raise any questions for anybody?
I have none.
Okay. Donna, you haven't mentioned that anybody signed in, so I'm going to bring it back to the board and ask if anybody's ready for I'm going to close the public hearing on this and ask if anybody's ready for a motion.
This is Wes Rubio. I'll motion to approve. I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained within the staff report and the information received during the public meeting, that the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approve parcel map case number WTPM 20-0012 for Raul Nuno, subject to the conditions of the approval list included as Exhibit A with the staff report, and make a determination that the following criteria is or will be adequately provided pursuant to Washoe County Code Section 110.606.30, items 1 through 1A through L.
Thank you, Wes. Do we have a second?
Chesney, second.
Is there any further discussion of the motion? Okay, thank you. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dan. We will move on to number 8, reports and future agenda items. Jen, this might be your chance to introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Gustafson, and I wanted to formally introduce myself. This is my first Parcel Map Review Committee meeting as your new legal counsel. I'm sure Mr. Edwards informed you last meeting that he has received a promotion, and so he's moving on to other projects, and I will be taking over representation of this board as well as the Planning Commission and the Planning and Building Department as well. I will ask Donna for all of your contact information, and I will send you an email so that you have my email address in the event you need to reach out to me. And I am here for any questions about conflicts of interest, whether you need to recuse, things of that nature, and any just general questions that you may have related to legal considerations for this board. So I certainly am looking forward to working with everyone, and please look out for my email over today or tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. I along those lines, I'll let you know that Roger is going to be taking over for me, I believe, at the next meeting. If we can get the memo to the Planning Commission wrapped up in time for that. So I won't be doing these any longer, but Jen, I can tell you that we really like the input from everybody, but particularly from your perspective on how to make these meetings better, more meaningful, more transparent. Please, I'm not going to be here, but please do not hesitate to speak up to Roger and say, hey, Roger, why do you do it that way? Or why do we do it that way? Or have you thought of this? Or have you thought of that? We really want to hear your thoughts. And we really, if you have an idea about not only something legal, right? Of course, we're going to take for granted that you're going to keep us on the legal track. But if you just have an idea, we want to hear it. So please don't be shy about speaking up during, this part of the meeting, legal updates, whatever, or just contacting somebody offline and saying, hey, I was wondering why we do it that way. Or have you ever thought about this or that? That's always appreciated. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody today and let you know Roger's going to be taking over. Julie is going to remain as the alternate. So there may be times when Julie Olander is the chair as well. But thank you for the last few years of doing this. It's been a really important learning experience. I'm starting to think that we should rotate it because every planner should have a chance to go through this. The things that you learn about what are and aren't real barriers to development, what are and aren't the real things that people go through trying to develop their land, you really get a good sense of that on this board. So we'll see what we can do about that. But
Hey, Eric, I just want to chime in. I want to say thank you for all your work on this board as chair. I think you've done a fantastic job, and I think you're going to be missed. So I just want to say that.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that.
Where are you going, Eric?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going on to update our master plan and to implement the Tahoe plan and to try and provide a little extra focus to the long-range planning functions that the department kind of needs to focus on. So
I wish you the best of luck. I work with you on the Tahoe plan. I think you're the right guy.
Thank you.
For where you're headed.
Thanks. Well, Roger is excellent at running meetings.
Yeah.
This thing is not going to skip a beat. You guys are in good hands.
Sure.
So let's move on to number 9. Donna, do we have any general public comment?
We have no public comment.
Okay. We will move on to 10, adjournment, and we are adjourned today. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays. Be safe out there.